We are many. We are mighty. We are man.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian, and today I'm going to be playing Selesnya Humans, helmed by Sigarda. Sigarda is a 4/4 angel who's got a bit of flying, a little bit of trample, and a little bit of finding humans from my deck. Also, she has a little bit of +1/+1 to all other humans. So she is my lord, my champion, my angel, but not a human herself. The rest of the deck, however, is mostly humans. There's a couple cards that are just good, but for the most part, there are so many humans in Magic the Gathering, and even in Magic the Gathering Arena, that you can build a fairly good, powerful, aggressive deck just using green-white humans. There's other combinations of humans you can do. Abzan encompasses most of them, especially the legendaries, but there isn't a great commander for Abzan humans, not in my opinion, in Arena. So you may as well go for Sigarda. If you want to go 5 colors, hey, there's always Kenrith. Everybody likes a 5-color deck, right? They tend to be a little strong. All right, so we're going to head into the queue with Sigarda. All right, Doc Marco. Doc Marco is playing Tauren's Fist of the Angels, which is a training and humans, I guess, commander. So we got Selesnya versus Selesnya here. Writing it down. This is what our first game is. And I begin the game with a scry! By the way, there's a lot of creatures that I thought were elves that are actually not. They're humans. The more you know! Not everything is a human. I don't have the mana for you, but I do like Luminarch Aspirant. Howdy, Taurens. I gotta get out the Luminarch Aspirant here. So I have a blocker, just in case Taurens wants to swing in. Parallel lives, nice. So they want to make twice the tokens off of this. If I can get one of my creatures to die, I can exile that. So I'm going to offer them a trade. They did not accept my trade. Nice, a land. Oh, hey, Ketra. So a Ketra with parallel lives also is going to make double the tokens on cast. So they'll be getting 2 humans with training and 2 4/4 vigilant zombies. That's pretty scary. I now have double white mana, though, so I can go ahead and get rid of parallel lives or Taurens. I'm going to hit the parallel lives because this is their commander. They're going to get it back. They're still going to be getting a lot of creatures, but at least it's not quite as many. Who wants +1/+1 counters? Who wants +1/+1 counters? You do. Who are we saying goodbye to? Alright, we're saying goodbye to the Luminarch Aspirant. And Radiant Grace. They want to buff up this Ketra. It's pretty scary. That is 8 damage right there. Yikes. I'll take it. Take it. Land off the top. If I give myself Coven, I'll be able to play that. So, yeah, let's go for some Coven. I like playing off the top of my library. It makes me feel powerful. I also like beefing up Champion of Lambholt. It makes me feel powerful. Rex Sage. Currently, nothing on my side for them to destroy. Okay, now she has Trample. 12 Vigilance, Trampling, Double Strike, and damage. Yes, destroy your own Rawness's monument. These are all training up. Blocky. 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 I'm in danger. More lands off the top. Tristani. Now at least I have a creature in the graveyard. All my things are getting a little bit beefier. But I want to hit this Rawness's monument because them giving Oketra Trample is really scary. I can chump block for days. I being a token deck, them being a token deck, I know how to chump block. And I don't quite have lethal yet, but with Champion of Lambholt, we might be able to get an unblockable strike through. I have like 19 damage here, but I need 20. Okay, looks like everybody's coming in here. Cool. Let's get you and you and you on here. Some blockerinos. Oh wait, you have lifelink. You will chump block here. And you guys are gonna double block that Skyclave apparition. I would say things are looking alright thanks to the handy dandy Champion of Lambholt. And let's see, do we have lethal? Eeny, meeny, miny. They're dead. Hey, look, I have your commander too. He's a human. And just to help protect, let's get a little bit more here. Just a little bit more. Just an itty bitty bitty bit more. And everybody win. Go. Go, go, go. Quick. Attack. Excellent work, humans. In the battle of man versus man, we were victorious. Freyalise, prepare your elves for war. What do we got going on here? Arcane Signet, Incubation Druid. Sure, I've got Fixing, I've got Ramp. I feel like I'm recording a lot earlier than I usually do, so my mind is still full of, you know, not coffee. Let me take a sip of that stuff. That's a good way to start. If I were a black deck, this would be even scarier, going up against a Shaper's Sanctuary. So right now, I can only tap for green mana with all these. I can name white on this. This also lets me generate any color of mana. Or I could just draw a white land. Easy peasy. Here comes Sigarda. The reason I want Sigarda out early is so she can start digging for more humans for me. And also, because she has Flying and Trample, I'll be able to hit Freyalise. To me, killing Freyalise early often is very important because Freyalise is really good. Like, elves are strong and good and kind of scary. So let's go ahead and get out a Heraldic Banner, name White. Get out a Signet, and get out the Seasoned Hallowblade. That's going to give me Coven. No, wait, it's not going to give me Coven because it'll +1/+0 off this, and the +1/+1 off that. Fine, you know what? I don't need it. What I do need is killing Freyalise, and that's what I get to do. No Freyalise, no problem. There's just, what, 5 mana on the board? Pfft, I can deal with 5 mana. Ignore the pointy-eared humans. They are not elves. I could, like, set up for a future turn with this. Yeah. Okay. Sereth? Give me humans. Since I'll have like tons of mana, I think Mikaeus is the right pick. And this deck knows they are done for with me doubling my mana and getting to dig deep into my deck. That is GG. Oh, hello there, Lustrous Lucy. How are you doing? We got a Samut Voice of Dissent as our opponent's commander. And I've got a nice aggressive hand. This actually looks a lot like a standard start right here with Luminarch Aspirant into Elite Spellbinder. So Samut is a Naya commander. She is also a human, but she's very much about the punch. So Samut gives all your other creatures haste. She has flash, vigilance, and double strike, so she can just come on out and block. She can attack. She's strong on her own, but she works really well with all the other punchy creatures that are in the Naya color slice. So if you are interested in big, fast creatures, Samut's ya gal. I'm a big fan of Naya. I have a Naya Dinos deck that I would describe as purely stompy. It's very fun. So I've got my Luminarch Aspirant down. It put a +1/+1 counter on itself. And there is a Cultivate at the ready. If you're wondering what, by the way, that weird noise in the background is for me, they are working on the water main on my street. You should only be able to hear it, though, while I'm talking. So, Spellbreaker, Throw of Possibility, and Gargaroth. I'm going to tax that Gargaroth because I'm scared of it. It also has Reach. Gruel Spellbreaker's cool, but, you know, I also have big creatures, so I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. But the Gargaroth is bigger and stronger than all of my creatures. So here's the Gruel Spellbreaker, and they're giving it +1/+1 counter rather than haste. Very cool. And it's actually going to be very hard for me to deal with it outside of my turn, just by virtue of that's how the card works. I'm going to get out Sigarda here, and I'm going to make Luminarch Aspirant into a 5/5. And then just swing in through the Gruel Spellbreaker. Because their deck is aggressive, I want to be aggressive too. I want to try and hit them right back. Harder, faster, stronger. Ooh, but looks to me like they might have an answer? Ooh, what do you have? Well, Throw of Possibility does not kill the Luminarch Aspirant, so they prevented 5 damage to their face, but they did lose their Spellbreaker. And now I can target their face. Not that my deck targets face very much, except to say I attack you. They're up to 6 mana. Samut could be flashed out, and they've actually just given up because I have so much damage and they don't even know about my Mirari's Wake. Am I right? Am I right? And our next opponent is Cody. There's a 5-color deck. Cody is 5-color spells. Give yourself a little bit of a restriction there, where once Cody is out, you cannot cast permanent spells. Love this design. Cody is one of those 5-color good commanders that also forces you to build your deck in a very specific way. So I have a chance here to either get out the Aspirant, go for Paradise Druid, Incubation Druid. I'm gonna go Paradise Druid here. I think that a Cody deck does typically have a lot of nice targeting removal that can deal 1 damage easily to something like Paradise Druid. Or 2 damage to something like Incubation Druid, so I want to guarantee that I get that mana next turn because I don't have a 3rd land. I could have also gone Incubation Druid with the plan of putting a +1/+1 counter on it. That's probably going to be what I line up next turn. Oh, hello, Abundant Harvest, finding Field of Ruin. Very cool. Incubation Druid, and hit your face. Ah, perfect. So they've actually just played their Cody. I'm going to Luminarch Aspirant. We want a Swords to Plowshare right now? Yeah, let's do it. All right, get rid of the Cody. Goodbye, Cody. I'm going to attack in with the Paradise Druid, put a +1/+1 counter on Incubation Druid, and then play Benalish Marshal. That'll be post-combat, though. I say, killing a Cody early in the game, very worth it for me. I need to play aggressive. I need to, you know, beat them before they board wipe. My Marshal has put so much damage on this board. Gosh, I used to love playing the mono-white aggro deck back from the Dominaria Guilds of Ravnica days. To kill a Teferi. My opponent has lined up some nice Teamer mana. But do they have a spell which can wipe my board? Something like a Storm's Wrath would be really good for them. But it looks like they're just passing back to me. Ooh, it's kind of scary. I think I'm going to get out Sigarda. Sereth does give me the opportunity to generate extra mana off this Incubation Druid in a turn. But I'm not sure what I'm facing down here. Supreme Will. Well, excellent news. I can pay 3. So here comes Sigarda. Let's get the +1/+1 counter on either the Marshal or the Sigarda. I'm going to put it on the Marshal so I get the damage in this turn and swing in for 8. We got the damage, we got the slammage. We're nearly at the point of threatening lethal off our 3 lands. Experimental Overload. They can return a spell from their graveyard to their hand, and they chose Abundant Harvest. They've got but a wee little 2/2 on the ground. It is so small. It is so tiny. I'm gonna leave back the Incubation Druid. Everybody else, though, get in there. I put the +1/+1 counter on the Paradise Druid, so it couldn't be blocked and traded for. Cemetery Protector and Realmwalker. I'm gonna go Realmwalker here. I'm not gonna play it this turn, though. So they are very nearly dead. Oh, I guess it actually would have been lethal if I attacked in with this. Oops. Nice. You know me. You know me. Always forgetting. Well, I know what time it is. It's time for both of us to lose a life. Sure, I may have missed lethal, but I don't know, maybe Varus can kill you. It'd be funny. It'd be funny. They hit me with the GG. I'll hit them right back. My guess is they don't have a board wipe, so we are going to win by the virtue of many, many creatures. All right. Are you done? Do you have a way out? Mythos of Aluna. No, they're making their own Sigarda, though, and having it fight the Incubation Druid, who has Death Touch. That was just their way of saying... And yet, my final words are die. Good game, Cody. Our next opponent is running Halana and Elena. Roommates. I actually also built a Halana and Elena deck. Mine is a Gruel Legendaries list. I'm hoping to record a Brawl Stars episode for it soon because it's fun. You can build Halana and Elena in different ways, but I figured they're a Gruel good stuff kind of Gruel beats commander. So why don't we just give ourselves an extra theme, and why doesn't that theme need to be anything other than legendary? So I have a legendary deck. It's pretty fun. So we're starting off strong with an Esper Sentinel and a Metallic Mimic. This way their spells will possibly draw me a card, and my humans will be even bigger, badder, and stronger. I'm gonna go ahead and get out my Bounty Agent. So just in case they play their commander in a turn, I can kill it. Alright, so they didn't have any ramp. Here's the ramp, though. Here's the Elvish Rejuvenator. They're up to 4 mana now. Intrepid Adversary or Pack Leader or Sigarda. Sigarda! I want my damage, and I want it now. And of course the game is asking me, would you like to sacrifice your Bounty Agent to kill your own Sigarda? Why no, game, I wouldn't. I don't want to kill my own commander. Please stop asking me. And we are victorious. Well, that was easy. My next opponent is running Niv Mizzet. Harun. Niv Mizzet is the, I would say, Is it Control Commander that has a combo finish? This deck is very, very efficient at drawing its cards. When it draws its cards, if its commander is out, they also deal damage to you. And if you have a Niv Mizzet Prone and you enchant it with Curiosity, and then you draw a card by any means, well, you win the game. Unless your opponent happens to have Hexproof. I don't have Hexproof. So I can just keep on ramping here? I like that. Kind of set me up for this, this Mirari's Wake. Hope there's not a board wipe this next turn. Nope, we're good. That's a midnight clock. They're just ramping. They ramp, I ramp. All is good in the world. So I am going to Tappa. We're gonna get down Mirari's Wake. Here is a Champion of Lambholt as a follow-up. And now I have even more ramp. A buff to all my creatures. And I have a lot of mana here. A lot of mana and a lot of potential power. Okay, they still only have one red, which, like, that's kind of what I'd be more worried about right now. Here comes Sigarda. That only buffs up 2 of these creatures. Only 2 of them are human. And Slendy Vision. Great, I can't really do anything about that. Magma Opus. And since now you tap for more mana... an adversary off the top. So I'm trying to decide right now if I want to adapt my Incubation Druid. I think the answer is yes. Tap, tap. Tap. Adapt. And I'm manually tapping there so the game doesn't tap the Incubation Druid and not let me attack in with her. Magma Opus in the hand, then into discard, generating a treasure. If they want to, with one more red source, they might be able to play their commander. But Niv Mizzet is a 5/5 flyer, and Sigarda is a 5/5 flyer, and with the Champion of Lambholt and the Intrepid Adversary, will be pretty good. Or they could deal 8 damage to my entire board using a Draconic Intervention. Nice move, opponent. Nice move. Thankfully, I still have, loads and loads of mana. So much mana. Do I want to play out my adversary this turn? Not really. I kind of just want to chill on Sigarda. I want to make this as big as I can. Red, you say? Now they have triple red for next turn. Niv Mizzet, will we be graced by your draconic face? The game was asking if I wanted to feel the ruin. Ooh, a Vanquisher's Banner. I'd like card draw. If this gets countered. This time for humans, and those humans must conquer! Just kidding. That's a Sublime Epiphany. And they're choosing to bounce my Sigarda, because they know that I could just recast my Mirari's Wake, I think. So Sigarda returns. Ta-da! It's me, Sigarda! I'm here with my wonky animation to go chop, chop, chop! It's weird that she slices with her staff in the animation, because to me this like heron-headed staff, because Sigarda is the heron's grace, is not like a weapon. It's like she's a shepherd. It's like a shepherd's hook. Maybe it's supposed to be like a scythe. I don't know, I always read it as much more of a kind object. Wow, that... Okay, well, you can definitely hear that banging from the construction, so I'm gonna mute myself tactically between talking while they pile drive outside? I'm here to announce a wedding! Ooh, brainstorm in response. Yeah, they want to stop this bad boy. Aww. They countered it. Well, that's a darn shame. I'm still gonna swing in with Sigarda. I've got trample, so our damage will still go through in the air. Behold, a human! Yes, the wedding announcement creates humans, which is kind of weird. I feel like it should make vampires. Oh no! My really cool permanents! You don't have any lands worth destroying, do you? I guess kind of the Memorial to Genius. Kinda. Oh well, everything's back in my hand. And it is almost midnight! No, actually, it's not midnight. I'm scared of midnight. No midnight allowed. Gonna go ahead and Elspeth Conquers Death that. I guess this would be my reanimation target because it's the only creature in the graveyard. And that's actually kind of nice because if it comes back into play, I can still pay the tax ability here. Imagine drawing cards. That's just crazy. Nobody can draw cards. I exiled their midnight clock because I'm afraid of acknowledging the passage of time. So this is going to tax their spells, so this is, I think, the safest time for me to play Mirari's Wake. Okay, it's back on the battlefield. That's good for me. Because it means I have more mana for this Intrepid Adversary. And they hit me with the fairy. Here comes our Intrepid Adversary. It gets a +1/+1 counter, and I am going to be going for this. I just want to do it twice. Feels like a pretty safe spot to be. I've got 6 mana, so I think I'm going to go for Wedding Announcement and Adeline. I want to lead with Adeline, though, just so Auto Tapper doesn't do anything silly. Ottoman Tapper. They're sacrificing their Omen to look for something. Probably either Curiosity or a board wipe. Ooh, I don't like that they kept something on top. My many mighty humans, they must attack! Ooh, they're taking an extra turn. Alright, that buys them time. You know what, if I were them, I would also have kept that on top of my deck if that's what they were drawing. This, like, oh gosh, I need something. An extra turn will do. Please, no Curious Dragons. Okay, so here comes Niv Mizzet. And there's Curiosity. Okay, but it hasn't dealt damage yet. I can't cast any instants or sorceries. Great news, I don't have any instants or sorceries. Pact of okay. You know what? That does it. They did have a spell they could cast. By the way, if I swung in, they would have had to block with Niv Mizzet. But I think they could have kept him alive. Oh, what a day. So for anybody who does not know how the Niv Mizzet Curiosity combo works, Niv Mizzet, on the battlefield, whenever you draw a card, it deals a damage. Curiosity says, whenever you deal a damage, I draw a card. So it loops, and until you either run out of cards in your library, or you deal lethal damage. You can also, like, just take out creatures if your opponent happens to have hexproof. You can get through something like, you know, a creature if you have enough draw. But unless you're hitting face, you don't get this kind of ping loop going on. So, there it is. Niv Mizzet Curiosity. And I'll go ahead and concede to save you all the viewing time. Well, thank you all so much for watching today's episode of Brawl Stars. As always, if you want to watch this being recorded live, you can do so at twitch.tv/Amazonian. Now, I actually did want to record more video for you to watch today, but unfortunately, Arena is broken, and I don't know why. So, this is where this video is gonna end. Have a good one!